Hello folks, welcome to Blackbeard's Detailing YouTube channel. I'm Ross, there's Josh. Kai is currently doing the weekly deep clean just in the unit. Chris is away to get wire cutters, and on this vlog will be part number 2 of the unit. We've been in here for about 3 weeks now, around about 3 weeks, working in here for about 10 days. A couple of cars been and gone, but now it's time to get all the lighting up. We will get it all up, and Bob, electrician, will come and get everything all basically wired in place. We've managed to acquire this big trusty steed. I'm generally all right with heights. This I do not like in the slightest. And who's been nominated to do it? Aye, yeah, me, aye. I'm not going to send staff up. I was stupid enough to be all like, because I'm basically just a big kid, go, yay, like cherry picker, jump in, like get it going. And then as soon as it was lifted and going up, Chris is like, right, okay, you can crack on with that. And yeah, down here, that wobble that you can see is fine, but see when you're up there, and again, it's not terribly high, but it's that way when you're sleeping and you think you're falling and you're sleeping, you go, oh, it's that, like you'll shift your weight to one wee bit and it'll just move ever so slightly, a couple of inches, but when you're overstretched, you're there and it moves, you just get a fright. I don't like it, I'm not that comfortable with it, but it needs done. We need the lights up. So you can see all these wires hanging down. We started with them, but we then realised that we're going to need basically double the amount of cable and wire that we've already got up. The last unit annoyed me when the lights were up. Even though they were flush with the rafters, there was bars coming down underneath the rafters, so the lights never sat perfectly flush. They were a bit wavy, and it always bothered me. It bugged my OCD. I just didn't like how it looked. So we want these ones to be right, hence cherry picker, hence multiple wires, and hence me being uncomfortable up the top of a cherry picker. So, yep, hopefully you stay tuned with this. You'll get to laugh at me absolutely kicking myself up the top here. Anything we see as we go by, we're going to sort. The ventilation grid up there wasn't hooked up at all, but yeah, we'll get cracked on. These high tensile cables, rock solid, so these are nice and secure. So we're basically just going to put multiple ones of these up, get them all on, and but yeah, we're just waiting on Chris coming with proper cutters to cut these, because we want them cut in a way they're not going to fray, because it's just going to make it a pain in the backside when we try and get them. So he's got a set at the house, so he's nipping back to get them. But I've badgered on for long enough. Next time you see me, I'll be up the top of that, having a panic attack. So yeah, stay tuned. So, after all that higgledy-piggledy messing about with cherry picker and wires, it did not work. It was a bit of an absolute nightmare. It still sat ski-whiff all over the place, so we had to change the game plan slightly. The hex lights still aren't up to order aluminium L-frame build. We will be building a huge big frame and get the lights mounted onto that and then get them up onto the ceiling. So that's why when you see the next bit, even though it's forward in time, the lights still aren't up. So it's a sunny Saturday. Chris is currently tearing his hair out, getting into riveted bits on. He's needing to take these off to get handles and all these clips off, because this is all getting a full wrap done on it. And if you remember the channel many years ago, you might remember Bob. Bob, very good friend. He done all the electrical outfitting for the previous unit, and he's up doing it for here as well. But he is an absolute superstar. So latest generation outside light, which is super bright. But yeah, there's a bit built-in photo cell and things like that into it. Completely watertight and unbelievably bright, which is what we're needing for out here. So get the night view later on. Yeah, we'll get a night view. So Bob is up there working away, and he's also wired in connector for the pressure washer, which is through a separate breaker, so it will stop popping. All these sockets are all now live, and we've got the all important TV in the main unit, because we all know I like watching Star Trek when I'm working. Well, I say watching, more listening to. He's updating and making safe this whole bunch of mess. So that is what we've got planned for today. We've been up here for a good few hours already. He's got a stack of work done, excuse me. So we shall let Bob crack on doing what he's doing here. After he's got that on, I'm going to use the cherry picker and get rid of that old alarm box up there that's defunct, because we've got our new alarm fitted. Get rid of that because that doesn't work. Take that old CCTV camera down and get a nice bit of dye bond up there with our logos, and then we'll figure out what we're doing with this whole back section. We'll also get this off because it's absolutely disgusting, stinking, like full of old cigarettes. So I'll get that off today. But yeah, we're getting there. It's the 30th of December, we're shut for the Christmas and New Year break, and we've been doing some odds and ends in the unit. So I've got this section all patched up and all that along the top all sorted. So it was a good day's work up there. So now it's all needing painted. It's just gone past 7 o'clock at night. Spent the day with Fiona, the wee one, and basically get the wee one all settled down. We've all had dinner, and I'm now coming up to do a shift up here to get some odds and ends done. There's still a lot of marks on the tops of these walls all along up there that I'll paint. The ramp is going to get a wee paint as well, just with just kind of black hammerite paint, and that's the 2 tubs of paint we've got to do all that along there, and then the wee section just at the end. So power of work being done. We've still got the hex lights to put up. We went to order the aluminium to make the frame for it. Quite a bit we're ordering. It's 25 metre lengths, and went to put the order in, but they were only delivering to account customers because they were in the wind down for Christmas. So that kind of scuppered that plan, because we're really wanting to get the hex lights up whilst the unit's empty and there's nothing in. But we'll need to try and factor that in at a weekend where the unit's empty. But other than that, everything's going pretty well. Anyway, I'm just going to get cracked on and get some painting done. So folks, it's the 14th of January now. A good few weeks has passed since the last update, and we've got all this top section all painted, including the section up there. You can see there's Kai pretending he's working. He's light man, and Josh is putting the coating on this new Tucson. So yeah, the unit is slowly coming together. We've got all the materials in. We need to get the branding done all along the top there. Chris has built these 2 big, massive tables, which we'll use for reading the PPF, reading out graphics, things like that. Next up, we will be doing the hex lights, which we're planning on getting done next week. We've got 25 metre lengths of aluminium, which is stored up the back there. So build a big frame and get all them sorted. So yeah, the unit is coming together. We also got permission from the landlords to get this huge big heater, which doesn't work, removed. This gas pipeline all taken away. The gas has been disconnected by the energy board and the meter removed. And then up in this section, which I don't know if you have actually seen before, is semi-organised. There's a, I don't know if you can see it over there, there's a load of metal work there for a kind of ventilation system, which again doesn't work. So get permission for that to be removed, and that great big water tank there will also be removed, and it will be direct mains pressure, which is pretty decent pressure. Well, when I say pretty decent, it's the same as the old unit. So we're getting there, it's just taking quite a bit of time. So the next vlog we will do will be putting up the hex lighting, and then we'll need to get our old favourite Bob back to get all the electrics all wired up. But unit is coming along really well. Everything is basically all working. We're fully functioning, other than the lights. But we've got tons of mobile lighting that we can use. So that is where we're at. So it's just an update on the unit. You can hopefully see some progress being made compared to how it was when we were first in. And the work is coming in thick and fast now, which is a good thing, especially this time of year. It's known for being quiet, kind of detailing industry, but certainly we've been nice and busy, so which is a good thing. So thank you very much for watching. As I say, next time we'll be tackling the hex lights and a couple of other wee odds and ends, and then once we've got all the branding up, place is looking a bit better, we can start doing vlogs. So yeah, thank you for watching. Cheerio, bye.